Hi there, Dead Idea Boy here, back with another video on the channel, and as you can see, I'm letting you see a little snip from the recent live stream that we did, and I'm just going to shut up now and let you hear what happens. You can hear from what I'm about to say, you know, yeah, it speaks for itself.
Whoa. What a prick. Excuse the language, Kimi is. He couldn't help himself, could he? He couldn't help himself.
So as you can see, I'm struggling there to keep calm, keep my cool, after being sent into the wall by none other than Kimi Velocini, the absolute scourge of Gran Turismo Sport and now Gran Turismo 7. As you can see here, the same race, he brake checks the guy behind there in the Alpha, and you're going to see in a minute as he tries to put the same player into the wall, but unfortunately in this occasion he fails, which is quite a rarity. He's usually pretty effective, but we're going to see later on in this lap that he catches back up to said Alpha driver and he goes to make the pass. The Alpha driver's had enough, decides to take a bit of street justice, but absolutely comes off the worst of it. Now I'm zooming in on that little key feature there for a reason, and I believe this is really helping Kimi with his dirty driving antics on Gran Turismo 7. Didn't really help him there, as he's absolutely murdered from the rear end by another player who picks up a 5-second penalty, something that Kimi seems to be immune from. But yeah, that little red dot you can see flashing, that's the counter assist. And you can see here as he takes on another innocent victim, he just nudges him to the barrier on his way past for absolutely no reason whatsoever. But yeah, you'll see it again, the little red dot's about to flash again as he puts another player into the wall, very sneakily, just the slightest of touches to do that one. But that counter assist is absolutely helping Kimi. It stops him from being sent to the realm when he goes into these side-on contacts with other drivers. It's really infuriating how he's able to use it to such great effect when it comes to being a dirty driver. Now, skipping forward into the next race, we don't have Kimi, but we have one of the other infamous drivers. I've recently made a video about him, GT Arc, and he is in pole position for this race, and you're going to watch just, yeah, some insanity unfold. You can see immediately he goes crazy defensive before turn 1, and that allows the two drivers behind, Lev and Scotty, they got a run on him now, but he's not going to give that up without a fight. While Arc fights hard to maintain P1 up the straight, you can subscribe to the channel and hopefully help us on the march towards 6,000 subscribers. If at all possible, it would be wonderful to have you on board. But yeah, back to the race. We've got, like I said, GT Arc. He's notoriously difficult to race against for many reasons. He has a very short temper. He is ultra defensive when it comes to going side to side or trying to pass him, and he's just generally a bit of a loose cannon. One of these players who will argue that, you know, the sky is indeed not blue, or water isn't wet, because he's just incapable of admitting that he is in the wrong. In fact, I've never seen him once truly apologise to anybody for anything. Now, you can see here going down the mountain for the first time, I've managed to survive. It's something that I didn't do very often in the live stream, if you happen to catch it. If you didn't, then feel free to go back and have a little laugh at the first couple of races that I did. You would have thought there was actually oil left on the track at the top of the mountain, because more often than not my car was sideways going down it into a wall. But anyway, we've managed to keep with the lead group here, so we're picking up a little bit of pace, although we do have the Alpha behind us for company. That was the same Alpha that had the run-in with Kimi in the previous race. So he's, well, he's probably just glad Kimi's not the one either on his rear end or in front of him, because it absolutely killed his race, stone dead. But as we head up the hill, You can see things are still incredibly close between the top 3 and ourselves. We've managed to sort of hang on to the back of the pack, really just hanging about hoping for a mistake, because we're not close enough to make any moves. Unlike if you were Kimi Velocini, he would just absolutely send it from a mile back and put you into the wall, as we saw at the start of this video. But thankfully we've got a bit more of a, well, we're a bit safer with the Alpha driver behind us. However, things are about to get very, very interesting indeed as we go down the mountain. GT Art just loses it a little bit on the corner down here, just out of sight there, but he clips a wall and Scotty actually can't avoid going into the back of him. So Scotty then goes up the inside. You just see GT Art backing off here, and then absolutely out of the blue just decides to put Lev straight into the wall. Now, incredibly, doesn't seem to pick up a penalty for this and continues the race. So I'm at a loss to understand what actually constitutes a penalty, because that was one of the most premeditated, vicious punts into the wall that I've seen in a long time. You can see how far back Lev has now dropped. We've managed to get up to P2 and just about hang on there, as we have to put it down into second to slide round the corner. Now, this was just, you know, still baffling me that Ark hadn't received a penalty. You can see he's still there in P4. We just got to the grass a little bit there, which just compromises our drive out of the exit here, and the Alpha driver's going to get the run up the inside. Now, keep your eye on that radar and watch how far Ark comes from to absolutely send it up the inside there. Now, I had a feeling he was going to do that. That's why I didn't turn in too quickly. It was obviously giving the Alpha driver space, but if I had, you know, taken my normal driving line into the corner, it would have been an unavoidable collision with Ark, who just seems to, you know, you can see here, he's got no fear in sending it. He's got absolutely, yeah, he just doesn't think of the consequences of the other driver. As you can see, he's already murdered one, he's dive bombed me completely, and you know, he just ruins the feel of a race, because I was live streaming at the time, and I was, like I said, trying to keep calm. I was trying to keep my composure. It's just difficult to do it when you've got drivers like Kimi, drivers like Ark. They just seem to create absolute mayhem everywhere they go for different reasons. Like I said, Ark isn't in the same mould of Kimi in terms of, he's not out there hanging about just trying to destroy races. He's actually trying to win races, but he does it in a fashion that it just gets your back up, upsets people, it just creates all sorts of mayhem. As you can see, this Alpha driver there, Scudgy, managing to catch a huge slide, but very impressively done, nonetheless. And we're now behind, we're well in the slipstream. Art weaving all over the place, because as you can see from lap 1, turn 1, he's just the most defensive driver you will get. It's almost as if he, takes it as a personal insult against him and his family if he is overtaken playing Gran Turismo. It just baffles me. It just really does. I don't understand why somebody will take it quite that seriously, but this guy does. He's got esport in his name, and well, whatever esport team he drives for, they should be ashamed, to be honest with you. But here we go, lap 4, we're still in the race for the podium. We've got a chance of P2, so we've not completely lost it, but we've got Lev now. He's managed to catch up behind us again within a second, and as we sort of skip forward, been kind of dropped a little bit by the two ahead of us, and we've got Lev kind of closing in behind us. You can see though, Scudgy and the Alpha, they're taking a whole section of the grass there on that corner, and that's going to give us a little bit of a chance to maybe catch up. And Art's going to now go a little bit wide, and Scudgy takes the opportunity to get past, manages to avoid taking Art out, which I'm pretty sure Art would not have done had it been the other way around. Now we've got an opportunity now to make the move. Can we get it done? No, we're just going to hang back, hopefully get the drive out there. Well, we're not going to be sending it on anybody into corners like that, unlike the gentleman behind us. Like I said, it's not my style of racing. It's just not on as far as I'm concerned. there's got to be a gap that's acceptable to go for. And you're going to see Ark again just coming up the inside and pushing me to the side. You know, just dive bombs for fun. I'm not saying that I couldn't have been more defensive. I probably could have, but you're going to see here, I've got the opportunity now just to, I could easily put Ark into the wall and just go, he was well off the racing line and struggling to hold it, but I backed out and gave him the space that he needed, and you know, he hits a wall there. You know, I go into the back of him and I lose time because of it. Now, reverse the roles there. Would he have given me the consideration and the space? You know, had I went wide on that turn, I'm 100% certain he wouldn't have. He would have taken the opportunity to probably squeeze us into the wall and, you know, make a huge. Well, he would take the opportunity to squeeze us into the wall and basically pull away from us, and that would be it. Race over. So yeah, it's one of these things. You've got to try and weigh up whether or not you're prepared to fight fire with fire. Unfortunately, I'm probably not. Maybe I need to do so in the future, but yeah, Ark, you know, crossing the line here like a bit of a moron and takes a P3. Obviously P4 wasn't a bad result for us in the end, but it was just tarnished by watching Ark kill Lev. We're going to see that here actually, we're going to have a little look at this. So you've got, as I said, he hit the wall. Scotty then went into the back of him through no fault of his own. Lev gets past him and he just eases off and then turns straight into him. There's no doubt about it. It's not as if he lost control. You can see from the red dot above the HUD, which shows if you're turning left or right, and you can see he just backs off there. No reason to back off that much, and then just takes the opportunity to basically T-bone Lev into the wall. But where is the penalty for this? It baffles me, absolutely baffles me that he doesn't get a penalty. As we see it again, this time we'll see it from Lev's point of view. He's watching behind, absolutely hundreds of room in the inside and outside, and it's almost a race ender for him. But you can see the amount of damage he also picked up. But that's the story of racing against Kimi and GT Ark. It is absolutely horrendous, and I know people will say, why give them the exposure? Well, to be honest with you, PD aren't going to do anything about it anyway. You know, people need to see what's happening out here. You know, you might not be in the lobbies with these guys if you're ranked sort of lower than A+, because that's where these guys are hanging around. And be rest assured, you don't want to be racing against these guys, so enjoy the madness that you're having without them. But yeah, it's just poor all round. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you do, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Keep an eye out for the live streams that we're going to be doing. We've also launched a channel membership if you enjoy the content and want to help support the channel. That would be very, very much appreciated. But yeah, until the next one, I'll see you all again. Goodbye.